I really enjoy a good sweet and sour pickle. The last time I made it was during mango season, but today I'm using kumquats. So you're just going to remove the little stem, give them a good wash and cut them in half. It really doesn't matter what's your definition of half because they are going to taste amazing whichever way you cut them. The ingredients will be in the caption, but basically once I cut them, I added some salt, a teaspoon of turmeric, and then I added some Kashmiri mixed masala. I would say about 3 teaspoons. It really depends on how spicy you would like it, but I do prefer the balance between sweet and spicy. Then I added in some mustard seeds. This is really key in this recipe, and I added about 2.5 teaspoons. It really depends again on the quantity that you're using. And then I added in a teaspoon of peppercorns. So once the spices were done, I added in about 60 ml of oil and then some chili flakes. This is optional, you don't really have to do that. Another ingredient you can add is fenugreek or myrtle seeds. For some reason I did not have that, but it didn't alter the taste in any way. So you're just going to mix it really well and then set it aside, and then prepare your syrup. So I've added in a cup of water and then about 2 cups of vinegar, and you're just going to allow that to heat, but you're not going to allow it to boil. Then equal parts of cornstarch and flour. So I used 3 tablespoons of cornstarch and 3 tablespoons of flour. You can go ahead and add this to water before you actually add it directly to the pan, and then it just allows the process to be a lot quicker. But I used a whisk and it was perfectly fine to combine everything. And then in the end I added in another cup of water. So you're just going to continue to mix it until you get a syrupy consistency, and then I added 2 cups of brown sugar. It really doesn't matter whether you use brown or white sugar. I just prefer brown sugar because it enhances the color of the syrup. Then I added in half a cup of honey. You can add in maple syrup. Once the syrup is done, you're going to pour it back into the container where you've mixed everything together. This just allows all of the flavors to come together quite nicely. Then you're just going to give it a good mix. Make sure you combine all of the flavors, all of the spices that you added, and you're just going to continue to mix from underneath. And you can then add this back to the pot that you made the syrup in, because you are going to finish it off in the very same pot. I just like to have everything together. Then the last and most important step to combine the flavors perfectly, I added in another 60 ml of oil, 1 teaspoon of jeera seeds, also known as cumin seeds, 1 teaspoon of mustard seeds, and 1 teaspoon of sesame seeds. I also added in a handful of curry leaves, which gives the sweet and sour pickle a huge depth of flavor. When it starts to pop, it is ready and you can pour it over your pickle. Give it a good mix and allow the flavors to combine, and after about a day it is perfect